No, excuse me. Excuse me. Let us get this thing right. Excuse me. The first election, which is the presidential and national assembly elections. The presidential election is not the only election the commission is conducting during the first period.
Annex call home go. When I watch this particular news, I say, okay, hey, all our fans, especially those that subscribe, you need to watch this news. This is a new latest update. Annex call home go. You know, the Annex chairman and the HIT legal team have been trying to run off from the petitions. They refuse to defend the court case. They have been making excuses upon excuses. So, before everything, I want you guys to watch this video. We'll be right back. There is a reason I'm showing you this particular video and how the court case run before we give you what Festus Okoye said about these whole issues and the reason they have been avoiding the court case.
On Monday, the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, closed its case after calling a witness in Atiku Abubakar's petition contesting the election of President Bola Tinubu on 25 February. Atiku of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) is urging the Presidential Election Petition Court in Abuja to set aside Mr. Tinubu's victory on account of gross non-compliance with Nigeria's electoral laws in the conduct of the presidential poll. Inec on 1st March declared Mr. Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC) election winner. Mr. Tinubu gathered 8,794,726 votes to beat Atiku, who came second in the race with 6,984,520 votes. At the resumed proceedings on Monday, Inec's lawyer Abubakar Mahmood called the first witness, Lawrence Bayode, an assistant director in charge of Inec's ICT department. Mr. Bayode, an IT expert with over 2 decades of work experience at Inec, adopted his witness statement on oath. He was led in evidence by Abubakar Mahmood, Inec's lead counsel. Mr. Mahmood, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, tendered a set of documents comprising letters from the APC and addressed to the Electoral Commission, announcing the withdrawal of Kashim Shettima from the Borno Central Senatorial District election. But Atiku's lawyer, Chris Uche, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, objected to the admissibility of the documents, while Wole Olanipekun, Mr. Tinubu's lawyer and APC's counsel, Lateef Fagbemi, did not object to the court's admissibility of Inec's document. Afterwards, Messrs. Olanipekun and Fagbemi took turns to cross-examine Mr. Bayode concerning the electoral umpire's deployment of the bimodal voters accreditation system, BVAS machines, for the presidential election. Responding to Mr. Olanipekun's inquiry, Mr. Bayode said images captured on BVAS machines required data services for them to be uploaded on the internet. However, he clarified that photographic copies of polling station results captured on BVAS, whether transmitted manually or electronically, do not affect the integrity of an election. The witness noted that the presidential election conducted by Inec and won by the second respondent, Mr. Tinubu, was free, fair, and in substantial compliance with the Electoral Act. Under cross-examination by Mr. Fagbemi, Mr. Bayode explained that the glitch on the day of the presidential election did not affect the actual scores of the candidates at the election, as the result of each candidate remained the same. He added that there was no electronic collation of results after the ballot, as it was done manually. Mr. Fagbemi further drew the witness' attention to a pre-election notice by Inec stating that electronic collation of results was not feasible, which Mr. Bayode answered in the affirmative. Specifically, the notice was issued on the 23rd of November, 3 days before the presidential election, and published in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Subsequently, a certified true copy of the newspaper publication containing Inec's heads-up regarding the electronic collation of results was tendered and admitted in evidence. But Mr. Uche objected to its admissibility. The Commission's inability to transmit the presidential election results from polling units across the country in real time forms one of the critical issues before the court for determination.
I want you guys to tell me what will make a man to run off and fight if not that he's afraid. They said, I want you guys to tell me what will make a man to run off and fight if not that he's afraid of losing. So I don't know why the Inec chairman and Bola Ahmed Tinubu legal team have been trying to avoid this court case. They refused the Inec chairman to defend the case, making excuses upon excuses. Now, Festus Okoye become the scapegoat, which they are pushing out to the press to analyze the whole issues. Believe it or not, if the Inec chairman is going to prison, definitely the same yoke that bound him with this Festus Okoye will definitely drag him to prison. I want you guys to listen to the trash Festus Okoye is saying and being gullible again, addressing the press. We'll be right back to do some messages to the video.
Let me finally, just briefly, address an issue I believe is germane to the electoral process and will be germane to our understanding on how issues will play out as we move towards the 2023 general election. As you know, as of today, 18 political parties will participate in the presidential election. And the law has outlined how candidates will emerge and how a presidential candidate or a president will emerge in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, because of the limited time allowed the commission by the law, in case a candidate does not emerge on the first ballot, the commission prints ballots for runoff election when we are printing ballots for the main election. In other words, if 93 million Nigerians are on the ballot for the presidential election, we will print 93 million ballots for the first election, and at the same time, print 93 million ballots for a runoff election in case a winner does not emerge on the first ballot. If at the end of the day, there is no runoff, when election petitions are disposed of, the commission will destroy the 93 million ballots printed for the runoff. This is because the law gives the commission just 21 days within which to engage in reverse logistics and conduct a runoff election in case there's no winner. Moreover, some of you also know that as at the time of the conduct of the presidential election, the governorship election and the state assembly elections are still pending. So for the governorship election, the commission prints at least runoff ballot for 4 governorship elections in case we have challenges in terms of a winner not emerging on the first ballot in some of the states of the Federation. Now, how does a president emerge? And what are the conditions that will necessitate a second election? Because the Constitution calls it a second election. The Constitution doesn't call it a runoff. Section 134, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is the fundamental law of the land, makes it mandatory that before anyone can be deemed to have been elected as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that candidate must secure the highest number of votes cast at the election. The candidate must secure the highest number of votes cast at the election and must also secure a quarter of the votes cast in 2/3 of all the states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. That is mandatory. Now, if no candidate secures this highest number of votes and the mandatory threshold, the Constitution says that we must have a second election within a period of 21 days. Now, not all candidates are going to participate in this second election. 18 candidates will be on the ballot for the first election. If no candidate emerges on the first ballot, only 2 candidates are going to be on the second ballot, or only 2 candidates are going to contest the second election. Now, who are those candidates that will be on the ballot for the second election? The Constitution has made it very clear that 2 candidates that will be on the ballot are, one amongst the candidates who scored the highest number of votes at the election. The one that scored the highest number of votes at the election. The second candidate that will be on the ballot will be one amongst the remaining candidates who has a majority of the votes in the highest number of states. One amongst them. The Constitution did not say that the person who came second will be the person who will be on the ballot. That's not what the Constitution has said. The Constitution says that one amongst the remaining candidates who has a majority of votes in the highest number of states, will be the second candidate. So you may have a situation where one candidate in the election secures 10 million votes, and the second candidate secures 9 million votes, and the third candidate secures 7 million votes. But that third candidate secured majority of votes in the highest number of states. The Constitution says that is that third candidate that will be on the ballot with the first person. So I think that this is very important, because I have been at a polling unit where results for a particular polling unit was declared, and all the persons in that particular polling unit went to the streets and started demonstrating that their candidate had won. But the result that was declared was for one polling unit. So as bureau chiefs and as senior journalists, I think you have a responsibility to understand some of these issues, given the fact that the election may be very contentious. Nobody can, with certainty, predict what may likely happen. And the lawmakers, in their wisdom, made it very clear that if there's no winner on the first ballot, that we should prepare for the second election. And the commission is already prepared for that second election, taking into consideration the fact that it will be difficult for us to engage in reverse logistics and then begin to look for printers that will print 93 million ballots before we move them to the states, move them to the local governments, move them to the registration areas, and then they get to the polling units. So we've printed, and we are going to print the ballot for the main election and the ballot for a possible runoff election at the same time. That's what the commission will do. Who has the majority of votes in the highest number of states? So the Constitution did not say the person who came second in the election. The second person is one among the remaining who has a majority. If you see, subsection A used the word highest number of votes. YB used one among the remaining who has majority of votes in the highest number of states. Majority in the highest number of states. Majority in the highest number of states. So I want to leave it, I want to leave it at this, because if I go further than this, you have to pay consultation fee. I will now transform into a lawyer. For the second election, we will also print ballot papers for 18 political parties. It is now the responsibility of the Nigerian people. It is now, no, just a minute. The moment, no, just a minute, just hear me. When elections are over and no candidate emerges, the commission will make a determination of the candidate that has the highest number of votes and the one that has the highest spread. So if it is the PRP that scored the highest number of votes, it will be on the ballot. If it is the PPP that got the highest majority in the highest number of it will be on the ballot, and Nigerians will know.
What about
The 16 other political parties, if you go and put anything for them, whatever you have put in is a wasted vote. let me just say this. No, excuse me. Let us get this thing right. Excuse me. The first election, which is the presidential and national assembly elections. The presidential election is not the only election the commission is conducting during the first period. We are conducting election to the Senate and to the House of Representatives. We have to announce the winners. Yes. We have to announce the winners. We have to announce the winners for the Senate and the House of Reps. And there's a possibility that by the time we are done with all these things, it's almost a week. So you have removed 7 days from the 21 days given to the commission. Then you still have governorship election and state assembly elections pending within this particular period. So the commission cannot turn back and begin to go up and down. Yes, and begin to go up and down, looking for security printers to go and print ballot papers during this particular period. So what the commission will do within this particular period, and what the political parties will do within this particular period, is to engage in massive voter education so that Nigerians will know the political party that got the highest number of votes and the political party that will be the second party on the ballot. I don't think that there's anything odious about this. And so you cannot print 93 million ballots when you have governorship elections to contend with, you have state assembly elections to contend with, you are declaring winners for senatorial election, you are declaring winners for House of Representatives elections, and there's also a possibility that some of the governorship elections may also go into a runoff, because the same thing applies to governorship elections.
Listen carefully. I want you guys to understand where this man is coming from. You just sat there knowing fully that everything that you guys did during the elections were pure lies. You speak about the beavers, how you're going to make use of the beavers. You guys make use of it well, but you fail to upload the results. That is the issues we all are contemplating or contesting in court right now. That you're going to make the result available at the ROV portal, that everybody can view it from the comfort of their home. But at the end of the day, after Nigeria spent over 200 billions to get the electoral materials, you did not make use of it. Now you're standing in the front of the press to address the nation, telling them that there was glitch, but even if they did not upload the results, but we did it manually. Nigeria did not pay 200. Do you know what is 200 billion? We're not talking about 200 million here. 200 billion to upload the result manually. Are you kidding me right now? If Festus Okoye did not go to prison, that means Nigeria judicial system is corrupt. Because this man, what he's saying right now is very, very annoying. It's really, really annoying. What do you guys think about the trash Festus Okoye? I don't want to call it trash. Maybe to you guys, it might be like, okay, saying the right thing. What do you guys think about Festus Okoye's statement, the lies, and everything he's saying right now? If it makes sense to you, just comment. If it doesn't make sense, comment. We want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What is your take? All right, guys, this is where we're going to be ending the video today. For all our returning subscribers, God bless you for your great support and love that you're showing towards this channel, for your comments, your like, and sharing of our content. God bless you. If it is the first time of coming across our video, please subscribe. There is a lot more of amazing video waiting for you on our platform. If you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you'll be among the first person to be notified anytime we upload a new video. Until we meet again, stay tuned with Plan B TV. Peace out.
Don't forget to subscribe to get notified. And as you they share your support, now say God bless you too.
Sense on the bed.
Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV. Oh, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV.